What's going on, America, and welcome to Dear America Live. If you are watching this episode, we need each and every one of you to do us the gigantic favor and share this video. We have some amazing things to talk about. But first, we need to talk about our title sponsor, Liberty University, for partnering with us. You can follow the link in the caption. Go to Liberty.edu/DearAmerica and get your application fee waived. They are pro-military, pro-law enforcement, and pro-Jesus. Go to Liberty.edu/DearAmerica right now. America.
Yes.
We knew it. We knew it from the very beginning. NASCAR, yeah. Bubba Wallace, what a piece of lying garbage you are.
Just sad because I was the one trying to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Everybody,
and y'all are always right.
All right, so for those of you who don't know, and everybody needs to hit the share button right this second because a lot of people don't want to talk about this, but it's the truth, okay? Bubba Wallace, NASCAR, Hollywood, athletes, every single mainstream media that fed into this divisive racial rhetoric, trying to prove that America is this racist country. You all owe America an apology. Straight up. Every single person that called us racist because we did not comment on the Bubba Wallace Noose hoax, you owe all of us an apology. I didn't comment on it because it smelled like...
Yeah. And why is it wrong to not comment until all the facts come out? Why is everyone so quick to jump on a train instead of waiting for the facts to come out?
Because this is 2020.
It was the same caricature racist that the guys that are just going around tying knots, throwing nooses on people. Juicy Smouye, same thing.
All right, so for those of you catching up, all right, let's talk about what the actual claim was. Okay, the actual claim was, when we found out about this, Bubba Wallace had gone on the internet talking about how, you know, this action proves that we have so far to come as a society and that racism is rampant in the world, blah, blah, blah. You know exactly what you were doing. NASCAR comes out and talks about how sick they are that racists would do this. And then those of us that are rednecks were sitting here, wait a minute now.
Hold up.
NASCAR.
Hang on a second.
We know about NASCAR. Ain't nobody just can get in them open garages and just put up stuff. There's got to be camera footage, evidence. Can't nobody. I'm imitating rednecks. I'm from Mississippi. I'm allowed to do it. Let's calm down, people. I knew right away this doesn't sound right. Okay, I'm not the biggest NASCAR fan per se, but I've been to enough NASCAR events. All right, I hate to say it like this, but I'm Graham Allen, yo. I'm kind of popular, and even I have to get escorted to get to the pits. You see what I'm saying?
I have to go to the pits.
No, what I'm saying is even I can't just be like, what's up, yo? I'm going to walk around the pits.
Right. Can I get in that garage?
Yeah, you mind if I go to the garage?
That car right there.
Oh, no. They don't just let anybody walk up in there. So I knew from the very beginning. I called it here on Dear America on Monday. I said... if it is true, I hope they get the book thrown at them, but I don't think it's true. Something doesn't sound right about this.
Kind of seems like a Kaepernick moment. Like, he's not a great race car driver. I've heard through the grapevines.
Oh, no. He's mediocre at best.
So, you know,
but
same with Kaepernick.
But he's the only black NASCAR driver.
Right.
Okay?
Now look at the press he's going to get.
Now, here's the thing, okay? And we're going to get into the bombshell revelation today, okay? Bombshell. All right? How quickly NASCAR and the world hashtag I stand with Bubba was #1 on Twitter. Okay. I'm going to be honest. I thought Bubba Wallace was a white guy. I didn't even know who he was. I'm just being honest.
How dare you?
I'm not trying to talk bad about the guy. I just did not know that a guy named Bubba Wallace from Mobile, Alabama was a black guy.
I think he has some white in his bloodline.
Anyway, the point is, the entire world within 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
They spray painted I stand with Bubba on the grass. The entire NASCAR pit crew, like, walks the freaking car up. And then he takes this picture where he's like this and, you know, has all NASCAR standing behind him. So this morning, the FBI investigates how we can send 15 FBI agents within 36 hours to investigate a noose but yet CHOP in Seattle is still occupied territory that police can't move into. It's beyond me, but that's another conversation for another time. 4,000 people watching. Hit the share button right this second, because this is the important part. The FBI not only finds out that it is not a noose, it is in fact the rope they used to pull the garage door down. And not only that, he got garage number 4 a week ago when he was at the race. That exact rope tie, has been in the freaking thing since 2019. They found YouTube video of a white dude standing next to it. It is a pull down. The noose is this big. If it is a noose, it's a knot this big. What are we talking about? And what type of race car driver doesn't know that that's the freaking pull down?
Yeah.
But hold on. But here's the biggest thing, ladies and gentlemen. Here's the biggest thing. It has now come to light that Bubba Wallace never even saw the dang thing. Bubba Wallace got a phone call from someone high up in NASCAR saying, "Are you sitting down? I got something I got to tell you in person, because it's bad. It's bad. It's bad." This is how he describes it. "It's real bad, Bubba. It's real bad. Somebody put a freaking noose in the black man's garage in NASCAR. Somebody did that." Bubba didn't go, "Maybe I should take a look at this. Maybe I should see what this looks like." Nothing.
I need to start a movement.
Bubba goes immediately to social media and talks about how he's not going to back down. His mama said that you got to stand up against this. His mama said that you got to fight.
Systemic racism.
And then he booked a lot of media. So I found one, and I'm going to put it up to the mic so you guys can hear this. And I want you to hear his response. So he goes on CNN after news is broke out that this is not a noose. It's literally a rope that pulls the garage door handle down, and you're a NASCAR driver. This is what he says. All right, so here we go.
Well, we've raced out of
here we go.
Hundreds of cars.
Why is this not?
There we go.
I've been racing all my life. We've raced out of hundreds of garages that never had garage pools like that. So people that want to call it a garage pool and put out old videos and photos of knots being in their
all the evidence.
But from the evidence that we have, that I have, it's a straight up noose. The FBI stated it was a noose over and over again. NASCAR leadership has stated that it was a noose. I can confirm that. I actually got evidence of what was hanging in my garage.
He hadn't seen it.
Around my picker guys to confirm that it was a noose.
He's got evidence.
Goodness.
Okay. Did you hear what the man said? He said all the people that are submitting pictures and videos saying that it's been there and it's in hundreds of garages, you and your, well, let's do the CNN. You and your evidence and your
books
and your facts telling me the truth of what things are.
So he's not backing down.
You're not going to deter me that it's racism.
Yeah.
You're not going to deter me. No, he's not backing down. He's not backing down at all. And the worst part is Bubba Wallace is so dumb that he thinks that racist people were so smart and so prophetic in seeing into the future that they planted that noose a year and a half in advance, knowing that on the week of the race, Bubba Wallace, the only black man in NASCAR, was going to be assigned to that garage. And they knew for a fact that the president of NASCAR, or maybe it's his pit crew, somebody in charge of Bubba, would walk in there and immediately be triggered by such a noose knot.
Yeah.
That this would incite racial divide in a country that is racially divided. You really think racist people are that smart, you moron? No. What this is was NASCAR, you, being the only black driver at the forefront of getting the Confederate flag taken out of NASCAR. So what an amazing PR opportunity for NASCAR to show how woke they is, then to all of a sudden now there's a targeted hate crime against the only black driver on the heels of the Confederate flag being kicked out of NASCAR. Yeah. Every single one of you is a piece of garbage. You know exactly what you did. You know exactly what you tried to do. You used divide and racial tensions in the country to try to boost your own ratings, to try to help your own careers and your own cause of wokeness. Every single one of you is the worst type of human being in the world. And you, Bubba Wallace, you, NASCAR, you guys are actually the racist because you're trying to use racial division for your own gain.
Yep.
Shame on you.
You
Shame
want more
on every
attention,
single one
be
of
a
you.
better driver. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you go.
try winning a freaking race if you wanted attention. Like all the... Never mind. I'm going to keep that comment to myself.
But you don't do that this day and age.
No.
This day and age, you just have to be
It's
woke.
the Colin Kaepernick effect. God forbid you win the starting job and actually be a good quarterback. No, you're going to kneel and use racial divide.
It was a noose for a squirrel, basically.
News for a
It
squirrel.
was about this big.
Ladies and gentlemen, not only hit the share button, but comment below. Let us know what you think about NASCAR, Bubba Smollett,
Yes.
or Jussie Wallace, however you want to do it. Let us know what you think about that. We've got a lot of other things to go. Me and Sean King got into an argument just the other day about Jesus. We're going to get into that in a minute. What's our second ad for the day, Jake?
Red Arrow
Red
Weapons.
Arrow Weapons. Thank you. That's on the phone. I appreciate you bringing that to
No
my
problem. That's what I'm
attention.
here for.
All right, hit the share button. We are going to move on. But before we do, we want to talk about the importance of the Second Amendment. With the craziness that's going on in the world and in society, you need to be able to make sure that you can protect yourself and your family. So go to redarrowweapons.com. Our friends over there at Red Arrow Weapons. And today, for the rest of the month, you can get 5% off their fully assembled firearms plus free shipping discount going until the end of the month. All you got to do is use the code GRAHAM5. That's Graham5. 5% off fully completed, made AR-15 rifles, redarrowweapons.com. Go there right now. Okay, everybody hit the share button because we got to talk about Jesus for a minute.
Hallelujah.
We got to talk about Jesus.
Can I get an amen?
All right, so Sean King comes out the other day.
I wish I had a boo sound effect on
All
my
right,
board.
yeah, Sean King, without a doubt, I just hit the microphone, without a doubt, the biggest race baiter in the entire country.
I think
Sean
it's
King.
racist, too.
Yeah, well, most of the time to be a race baiter, you got to be a racist. That's pretty much how that works. In fact, 9 times out of 10, the people that call other people racist are
The racist.
racist. So Sean King comes out and he says that the depictions of white Jesus is a form of white supremacy and that we should tear down all images, statues, and stained glass that represent Jesus as anything but darker complexion. So I make a video about it. I make a video and I say that, my Jesus, I don't care what color Jesus is.
That's
Could
right.
care less what color Jesus is. The only people that care what color Jesus is are racist people. All right? I care that Jesus died on the cross for our sins. That's what I care for. And I'll tell you what I'm not going to answer for in heaven. I'm not going to answer for the fact whether or not I got Jesus' pigmentation color right. I'm not going to answer for the fact on whether or not I tore down statues and images of God. That's not what I'm not jumping into that. Why would you? And you would be amazed how many Christians there are that are completely pro tearing down images of Jesus because they know exactly what Jesus looked like. It's crazy to me. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, think about all the times that mosques were attacked, right? Somebody goes and spray paints on a mosque. They're charged with a hate crime. Yeah. Like, that is someone else's religion you're infringing upon. But this is freedom of speech, I'm guessing. And when he says take down the stained glass, how do you take down stained glass? What he means is throw rocks through church windows.
He's inciting violence against religious
white churches,
artifacts,
specifically,
religious images. I don't care what you say. All right. I'm not arguing the fact that Jesus probably wasn't as white as me. Okay. I'm not arguing that. that's everything points to that being true.
Right.
Who cares?
Well, to me, it goes deeper than that because we were just talking about this on our podcast coming out soon.
Our podcast.
No. My podcast, but it's deeper than that because they're using this to say like this is the start of the attack. So anyone that doesn't see that isn't really looking because they're really trying to tear down Christianity total, and this is where we start.
Yeah.
So I feel like again, people aren't just looking like you need to look at what actually is going on. What they're actually trying to do is get rid of this because they don't believe in the Bible. They don't believe. I mean, it goes way deeper than this.
And how about all the people who said, no, Black Lives Matter is peaceful. It's the rioters, blah, blah, blah. Black Lives Matter is a peaceful organization. Well, guess what? He's the leader of that, and he just told you to go vandalize churches.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. So hang on. So let me look while we do this live. So I'm going to go to Instagram. I won't go to the Facebook side because I'll never be able to tell the difference. Let's see if I can find some of the top comments here from my video talking about I don't care what color Jesus is. Let's see here. Blah, 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 blah. Jesus was Middle Eastern are classified as white, so suck on that potato. There's a couple people. Jesus was not white. And he likely never, this one said he likely never existed anyway. Grow an effing brain, someone said. I think this has gone too far. Seriously, though, if you white people would stop trying to make even the God of creation your color, the world would be a better place.
Okay, what about Ethiopia? They've had a black Jesus for 1,000 years. Are they trying to make the Lord and Savior their color? Like, why is color the issue?
Again, are people wanting to tear down images of Jesus because they think Jesus is a tyrant and they think that, Christianity is this horrible thing that's out there just oppressing everyone? Or is it because you think the depictions of Jesus is too white?
Yeah, too wrong.
For your preference. So we can sit here, we can argue what color Jesus actually was, which I agree with you. He probably wasn't a straight up white dude.
Probably pretty tan.
He probably was pretty tan. All right, we got it. But I also don't care. Okay? I care about the fact that Jesus died for my sins. That's what I care about. I care for the fact that Jesus wants us to love one another. That's what I care about. Why are people making this some huge deal that we need to tear down Jesus? And people are trying to argue with me. They're like, he wasn't saying get rid of Jesus. He was saying fix your white privilege.
Yeah, he's saying make Jesus black.
Yeah, that's what he says. Make Jesus black, and then we'll be good.
Let's see what some people think in the comments,
well,
too.
let's see here. So Jesus doesn't care about color.
That's right.
True.
Blah, 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 blah. They said most of the people saying that don't believe in God in the first place, which Sean King has even said.
That's very true.
That he argues whether or not God exists or not. Let's see. My heart is broken. Oh, this is Bubba. So
Bubba's commenting.
People are still commenting.
Bubba's writing us?
People are still commenting live. Bubba Wallace wrote in, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it's just a bunch of people. All the real Christians out there are saying, who cares what color Jesus was? Because Jesus doesn't care what color you are. So
right. Think of what would Jesus do? Like, what would he be thinking right now?
So shut up.
This kind of stuff.
Shut up is the key to it, and leave Jesus out of your attempt to be woke. Is my opinion.
Which that's all it boils down to is who is woker than the next. What is the next level that we can take this to, and will society be okay with it? And yet it keeps going,
right?
And attention keeps being added to it.
Well, it's like the systematic thing. They say, well, we white people made Jesus white so they could control other people. It's the same like slavery argument. It's like, well, what did we do? Like us three specifically, or anyone alive today? How did we use the white Jesus to control everybody else? I don't see that as a very good argument.
And are you saying that if Jesus was white, he'd be bad?
I think at the core they're saying the scripture.
Why does it matter what color Jesus is? That's the thing.
But I think at the deeper core they're saying that scripture is oppressive because if you look at what it teaches. So again, I think it's a major attack on Christianity.
All right, let's jump into our Liberty moment of the episode. Liberty Moment is brought to you by Liberty University. We have partnered with Liberty University, and you can go to Liberty.edu/DearAmerica right now and apply online and get your application fee waived because you're partnering with us and we've partnered with them. So I'm in class the other day and we're talking about, what is true and what is not. What is true and what is not? We're having this conversation. And I got fact-checked just the other day on a video that I put out on June the 8th. And I got fact-checked as partly false on my video. Now, why is this a big deal, you might be asking? Well, the way Facebook works is everybody knows we make money off of Facebook. That's part of our business. That's how we do. If you get dinged too many times on Facebook for false or wrong information, they will take your ability to monetize away. Conservatives have been dealing with this since you could monetize anything on the internet. So let me tell you what it was, and then you decide for yourself. So on June the 8th, the announcement heard around the world that the World Health Organization stated that asymptomatic spread of the virus was very rare. Every single news outlet in the world reported on that. So I make a video the very day, and I say, World Health Organization says asymptomatic spread of the virus is very rare. The very reason that we were all on lockdown, the economy went in the tank, blah, 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 has proven to be, like this. So I post the video up on June the 8th. Don't think anything else about it. We move on with our lives. Well, apparently, after all that took on, the World Health Organization walked that back. And they said, we're not talking about pre-symptomatic conditions. We were just talking about asymptomatic conditions. And the truth is, we don't really know, and that you could still spread the virus, blah, 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 blah.
Right around the Trump rally time.
Right around the Trump rally time. So 2 weeks later, I get dinged on a video that I made along with every other news outlet out there because the World Health Organization walked something back later. How can you ding people for that? Are you going to go back to every single news thing ever that they report on something and then 24 hours later it changes?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Imagine if they said, South Carolina, where we're at, we haven't had a bad hurricane yet. Okay, there's my post. And then one comes in a few weeks, and they're like, you're a liar.
Yeah, you're a liar.
You said a hurricane hadn't hit.
Take them down the trail, though, because a lot of people, when I was explaining to a friend, don't even know really what a fact check is.
Yeah.
But also how that would actually hurt and hinder people who are trying to speak truth.
Yeah, so it's all based on who's doing the fact checking. Right? Yep. Like one thing I know for sure is I ain't never seen Breitbart fact check anything. Never seen Fox News fact check anything. Never seen the Daily Wire. You've got the Associated Press fact checked me once, which they're non-biased. And now you have, this was healthfeedback.org. And then the two people in Health Feedback that fact checked me 2 weeks later were from the University of California. In the medical divisions.
Yeah.
So again, here's the thing. They're changing the narrative of what's true now as opposed to what was true when you said it. So you make a video back on June 8th where the World Health Organization says asymptomatic spread of the virus is very rare. And now 2 weeks later, the World Health Organization has altered it and walked it back and said, well, actually, pre-symptomatic spread is still a real thing. Blah, 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 blah. It's still dangerous. Shouldn't go out in public. Blah, 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 blah. How can you go back and say that the post you made on June the 8th is a lie and that you're spreading false information willingly to an audience? You can't do that.
But what happens?
That's not how reality works.
But tell them what happens if you get too many fact checks.
Well, I did. You get demonetized and your entire business is ruined. So this is how they're ruining people.
Conservatives, mostly.
Conservatives specifically, okay? Because they ding you. No questions asked. And then if you try to dispute it, it's not like you just click on something and it's there. Facebook, you can't even go into Facebook and dispute immediately. You have to figure out who it was that fact-checked you. Then you have to find them. Then you have to find where their disputing email thing is, if you can find it. And I showed Jake the other day, I found 2 of their email addresses, and one of them didn't even work. It was a bad email. So you can't even like combat this stuff. Be like, wait a minute. I said this on June the 8th when this was the news of the day at the time. I was reporting on the news what was going on. How can you do that? What about this whole Bubba Wallace thing? Are you going to go to NASCAR, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, The View, all these other mainstream media outlets and go, well, because you said they found a noose in Bubba Wallace's garage, all of you are dinged because you're spreading false news and information? The answer is no, they're not going to do that. They only do it to conservative people.
Yeah.
Okay? Because we're just supposed to be prophetic and realize that 2 weeks later, the World Health Organization is going to walk that back and then change it up. And that is the constant battle that we fight every single day. So in our conversation, the main takeaway at Liberty was that in 2020, the truth, unfortunately, is biased.
Yeah.
It's whoever is interpreting what's going on. So there is no finite, or there is no like forever truth anymore. It is completely relative of who is interpreting what it is you're saying. And it's a very scary place. And again, it's awesome to have the opportunity at Liberty to talk about these things to people from different places. And I encourage everybody to do it because it's eye-opening. So make sure you go to Liberty.edu/DearAmerica, get your application fee waived, and go advance your education. What do you guys think?
Well, it's not good for liberals either to only have one opinion. If you silence conservatives and everybody only thinks like a liberal, that's when the opportunity for tyranny and dictators and stuff like that, when you silence the other opinion and everybody thinks one thing. As conservatives, we want the other opinion too because it helps shape our belief system. We start thinking, maybe we've been a little bit too, this way on something, and we can be more lenient, and it evolves our beliefs. People get onto conservatives because, we hold on to conservative beliefs. It's like, yeah, but it evolves, and we have a change of opinion, and that's what's good about America and democracy. And when you silence conservatives, you're just opening the door for tyranny.
No, I agree. I think it's the age of enlightenment. Everyone has their truths, and my truths are more important than your truths. And John Cooper from Skillet compared it to Lord of the Flies, where eventually, though, and you see it right now happening even in CHOP, where everyone just starts devouring each other because my truth is more important than your truth.
Exactly.
And you see it playing out. I mean, we're watching it every day on the news.
Or my feelings matter more than your facts.
Right.
That too.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. All right, so let's get into our next sponsor. Is it Simply Safe? Is that who we are? Okay, so Simply Safe. What's the number one sign of a bad home security system? A home security system that is so complicated that you never use it. This is exactly the type of security system Simply Safe has spent a decade fighting against. They believe that simple is safer, and it's exactly why Simply Safe is the home security for right now. Simply Safe was designed to be easy to use while protecting your whole home 24/7. Order online with a click of a button. Open the box, place the sensors, plug it in, and your home is protected around the clock. I know for me, I'm pretty stupid, and I'm not the most handy guy in the world, and it was really simple and safe and easy to use, and now my family is protected. Simply Safe was named the best overall home security of 2020 by the U.S. News and World Report, and their 24/7 professional monitoring and emergency dispatch starts at 50 cents a day. Head to simplysafe.com/DearAmerica and get free shipping and a 60-day money-back guarantee. That's simplysafe.com/DearAmerica to make sure they know that our show sent you. All right. Everybody hit the share button. Do us a favor. Hit the share button. The more you share, the more people see what we're trying to talk about, the things that we're trying to do. Yes, Jake.
For our 100th episode.
It's our 100th episode. I completely forgot to say. 100 episodes
Been
of
stuck
hearing
with y'all for
all the
100
doubters.
episodes.
talk, man. 100 episodes.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
We're still here. I thought we'd play a game. We don't have to do it now, but it's real news versus fake news. You want to do it now or you want to wait?
Let's do it now.
Let's do it.
Real
okay.
news versus fake news.
So I'm going to read you a story.
Oh, and you got to
here.
comment below, too. When you
Yeah.
hear him say it, comment true
Real-
or false, or
yeah,
real or
real
fake,
fake.
whatever. All right, so let's do that.
I'll be keeping track. It's
Okay.
a
Very
competition.
competitive.
So this Sunday on June 28th, Chick-fil-A will open for people of color.
False.
Well, they just had the guy say
I
that
know.
white Christians should shine shoes for black Americans.
False.
I'll say true just to make it.
It is false. 1 point for Alyssa. All right, this one's awesome.
This is rigged. I feel like you guys talk about this thing.
I
No, we
gave
didn't.
her
Y'all
all-
been. I've been by myself. Y'all haven't.
I
been
text her all the answers.
Yeah, all right.
Not
2,
true.
a gang of monkeys in India overwhelm a health official and steal dozens of vials of positive coronavirus blood and proceed to drink it.
True. That's too crazy not to be.
False.
It's true.
Hey! Oh,
They,
it's so good.
they jacked all the vials
I
from
love
the
it.
guy and
These
went up into a
crazy
tree
monkeys.
and started eating the coronavirus blood. Isn't that crazy?
Wow.
So will monkeys be infected? Just asking.
Oh, yeah, they can get
Isn't
infected.
this that movie?
Planet of the Apes.
Wow.
All
All right,
No,
wow.
but-
2 points for
Numbers.
Alyssa. Worms frozen in 42,000 years of permafrost in the ice wriggle to life and become the oldest living creature.
False.
True.
It's true.
God dang it, man. Really?
Yep, they're
Damn, you suck.
42,000 years old.
I'm
So
fantastic.
3 points, Alyssa. All right, the
basically
Washington
won.
Post. Washington Post calls on the Patriots to change their name.
False.
False.
Yeah, that's false. So
No
no
way.
points either way.
No way.
I feel like I should get a point still.
Well, it cancels out. 2 men snuck into a bedroom in Australia with machetes after being hired to carry out a stranger's sexual fantasy of being tied up in his underwear and stroked with a broom, only to discover they were at the wrong address.
100% true.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so true.
That's awesome.
Sorry, mate, they said.
Oh,
Sorry, mate.
no.
A strip club in Portland, Oregon has found a novel way to stay afloat during the coronavirus pandemic. Since they served food when they were open, it's now a drive-through where you can order food and watch a stripper while you wait for your food.
True.
True.
Yeah, you guys getting good.
I'm getting on it now.
All right, Oregon, a county in Oregon exempts non-white people from the mandatory face mask order.
That's true. I saw that actually.
Well, then, fine.
Shoot,
Well,
I should've
there
said
you
that.
go.
I'm
That's
sorry,
true,
but I
yeah.
saw that because that's where my sister lives, and I was
Wow.
like, "What? How can you
kind
do
of
that?"
Good poker face you got there.
Sorry.
So last one,
All right.
Alyssa's already won, but
Do I get a
we'll do it
prize?
anyways. A video was found from the mid-'80s that Biden was on tape saying, "I was basically black when I was a youngster."
True. I'm gonna go with true.
Well, AOC just said Latinos are black, so sure, true.
You should have went with false. That's false.
Oh, I got one wrong.
All right, 100th episode. Alyssa wins.
Where's my tiara?
So did you guys hear AOC say that Latinas are black?
Latinas.
No.
Latinas are black. Wow.
I heard her say that no amount of money can do a movement,
Wow,
which I think
wow,
is interesting.
wow.
I wonder how good she really was at being a bartender.
She probably was really good.
It's probably fantastic. Look how many people are following her now.
So I want to come on and I want to talk some more because there was a lot of conservatives that after our podcast on Monday asked me to talk about this on the live because we obviously have a lot more people that watch Dear America Live than Dear America. And so what I said on Monday's episode was I said that I was concerned about the campaign, the direction that the campaign was going at the current moment. Not with Donald Trump, because the president is the president. The administration and the campaign are two separate things.
Yeah, he doesn't organize those rallies.
He doesn't organize those rallies.
In his spare
okay?
time.
And my concern is that right now there's a lot of focus on the black vote, and there should be. I'm not saying that there shouldn't. There's a lot of focus on the minority vote. Absolutely. We need to break the system that black Americans, Hispanic Americans, everyone it falls into with automatically voting Democrat all the time, et cetera, et cetera. However, with the way things are going, the economy, the loss of jobs, the $3 trillion added in debt, the division, the riots in the streets, there are a lot of people that are, kind of like, right this second. And my argument was that I think the campaign needs to put focus back on energizing the base, okay? Because the truth is, Trump, as far as his reelection goes, is not on paper on the same reelection platform that he was 4 months ago. 4 months ago, it was very simple. Economy's booming, jobs are everywhere. We're just going to ride this wave into the election. You got to have your base to win the election. And I feel like, Oklahoma was a little bit of a wake-up call to the fact you gotta focus on your base.
Yeah.
And you know, I know for a fact that Women for Trump were there, Black Voices for Trump were there. You know, I think that you have to put as much focus on energizing the base, because the truth of the matter is you need the minority vote. Of course you do, but it's also the minority vote. You got to focus on the majority vote too. I mean, that's just politics. And so all I meant by that was, this is not emotions. This is, I want Donald Trump to win in November. So we have to, as conservatives, we have to be able to have conversations of, hey, what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? What do we need to fix? I think you're doing right by the path you're taking for the black and minority vote, okay? But I do think that you need to adjust fire a little bit and put a little focus on energizing the base too.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you don't do that, I mean, here's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. We need every single person that voted for Donald Trump to vote again.
Yeah.
In 2020, and he needs to take about 5 to 8% more of the black vote. That's the truth.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
Yeah.
That is the truth. So you got to focus on getting that 5 to 8% higher on the black vote, but you also have to focus on the base. And now that rally in Tulsa, yes, we had a lot of viewers, and he broke the Fox News live view record. I'm not negating that, but you need people to show up. And if you think this coronavirus stuff is going to go away, I bet that come November, we will be in even more of a fear-mongering pandemic than we were 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And they will say, if you step outside, you're dead. Watch what I say.
Right.
Watch what I say. By the time we get to actual voting, it's going to be like everybody's dropping dead from coronavirus everywhere. It's the most dangerous thing ever. Don't leave your homes.
Yeah.
Donald Trump is going to need people to show up.
Yeah.
And you got to energize the base to do that.
Yeah.
That is what I meant Monday when I was talking.
And I see the importance of it too. Part of me is more, you know, I think when it comes to the debates, it's just going to be a slaughter. Like whenever they get on stage together,
It's going to be so bad.
it's going to redeem a lot of this. And there's mixed opinions about what happened. You know, some people said the venue closed those seats off, so that has to do with the city.
I'm not saying that there wasn't a lot of factors.
The virus, sure. But yeah, and that's the thing about the mail-in. I mean, the virus is going away on November 4th, most likely. It'll probably just disappear.
Like it did during the riots.
Yes, exactly. So asymptomatic spread will stop again on November 4th.
But I do agree with Graham. We talked about in the car. You have to remember your farmers, your just normal, just normal people, normal folks who, we need to hear from you too, that you remember us, that you see us. And I just feel like, I don't disagree, but I do feel like you need to remember your base.
Well, that's a lot of people are like that about the wall. It's like when he was getting elected the first time, that was the chant at every rally, build that wall. Yeah. And, if there's more wall than the media is reporting, then let's see it. Like, let's show everybody all the new wall we've built. That kind of stuff matters. And for a lot of those people, that was the main reason they were voting for him. They're not voting for him this time.
Yeah, again, I have people that I know that are not voting for Trump this time.
Yeah, me too.
And so, like I said, it's not a doom and gloom thing. It is a rational thing that, and I have talked to the Trump campaign about this personally. I'm not just blowing hot air here. I'm for real. These are things that I have said that, hey, I am on the Trump train just as much as anybody. But you need to pay attention. And what has happened is the Tulsa rally was supposed to be the welcome back. Trump even said, I hadn't started campaigning yet. Tulsa will be the start to my campaign. Not the best of starts to the campaign.
Yeah.
I mean, and we can all be honest there. As far as actual people there, not the best start.
We got any comments about it?
And a lot of people saying that, you got to, absolutely right. You have to energize the base. You got to energize the base. We all want the black vote, but you have to energize the base. Yeah. The base won the first election. And so this tells me that it's not just me that feels that. And so.
And you got to remember too, for 4 years, they've been attacking Trump in a different light of painting him as a horrible person.
Right.
And that's what I was telling y'all earlier, with just seeing even like there's a mass exodus. I read in that article about a lot of black people leaving, certain mega churches or different things because they're painting it as if you vote for Trump, then you are inherently racist. And so you can't do that. And so they're putting it in this light instead of it being political and what's best for the country. This is personal,
right?
Which is genius, honestly, but it's working, unfortunately. So a lot of people I know are like, yeah, you're right. We can't vote for this man because of that. And it's like, wait a minute, you may not agree with the man, but you have to look at policies, like what is best. So
well, the left owns media, and that's how they
Exactly.
brainwash the populace.
All right. Yep. So that's what I meant by everything I said Monday. But let's get into our last sponsor for the episode, and that is We the People Holsters. Yeah. Record numbers of people are buying guns and ammunition for the first time. If you are one of them, please be safe and please holster that new handgun in a We the People holster. Starting at just $39, We the People holsters are custom designed to fit your firearm perfectly and made right here in America. They have thousands of designs like the Constitution, Thin Blue Line, etc., etc. Now is the time to support American companies. Go to wethepeopleholsters.com/Graham to get yours. Every holster ships free and comes with a lifetime guarantee. Get an additional $10 off with the offer code GRAHAM. Satisfaction is guaranteed, and if it's not a perfect fit, send it back for a total refund. Go to wethepeopleholsters.com/Graham. That's wethepeopleholsters.com/Graham. Offer code Graham. All right. So I'm going to take this point of personal privilege, and I'm going to talk about the fact that I know that you guys see this stack of books right here. And these are the first additions to my book, America 316. Ladies and gentlemen, we are 4 weeks from it going live. This book will be available everywhere. So
It's a good book.
Right now, you can go to America316.com and pre-order yours today. I have a lot of books to sign, and I would appreciate signing several thousand more. Get your copy signed right now. Go to America316.com and get yours today.
And I will just say, my mom read the book, and it is very, even she, obviously, Graham, we've been married, 11 years, but she's felt so enlightened, just, I didn't know this about your childhood, or I didn't know this is why you believe certain things. So it really is a really good read that's really, I said an easy read, and Graham got offended, but it's not. An easy read means...
I wrote it in crayon, so everybody
easy
can
read
understand.
means like, you can, it's easy to read, and it just... You
It
figure out
paints a
who
good
Graham
picture,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Goes deep below the surface.
Yeah, so it's about...
I'm in chapter 2, 3, and I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I
really
am chapter 7.
I am chapter 7. No.
It's not a terribly long book, but it's not terribly short. It's about 250 pages.
We
And
just finished the audiobook.
We just finished the audiobook, so you can go online and get the audiobook as well. This is a way for you guys to support us, and we really appreciate that. I wrote this book because I want people to feel empowered with America again. And my hope is that in this book that people will, you're probably not going to agree with everything. You're probably going to agree with some of it. But my hope is that every person will be able to relate to something in this book. I would say it's probably about 50-50 how we got to where you guys are even watching this or buying this book in the first place. And then the other 50% is what it's actually like to do what we do and fight this battle for conservative values in our country and the backlash from that. It's not always easy to stand up for what you believe, especially when people are going to hate you for it. So the book goes live everywhere in 4 weeks. So you've got 4 weeks left to go to America316.com right now and get your signed copy today. If you buy the audiobook, that's cool, but I can't sign that one. So anyway.
But you can read the book to the person.
But I can read
You
it
can go to sleep
to you with my sultry voice.
As you fall asleep.
And then anyway,
Chapter
I
1.
appreciate it very much. That's all I'll do to talk about the book for this thing.
I have to interrupt real quick. Look
Okay.
at that sentence on Fox News.
What did it
Hillary
say?
Clinton says she felt a real sense of responsibility for Trump's presidency. Yep,
What?
you lost.
You
Yeah,
lost.
So
yeah.
he won.
Well,
You're a
That would be the case.
Wahoo!
I feel like I had something to do with him.
I don't know what it is, but I
Let's-
just feel
anyway.
responsible about this.
All right, that's all we have for this episode, guys. We appreciate it very much. If you're watching right now, hit the share button. The more you share, the more people see it. Alyssa, where can they find you?
Alyssa Allen on Instagram and Facebook, and Hey America podcast drops on Tuesday, so yesterday. So it's on anxiety and culture and what's going on. So you can tune into that.
Yep, Jake.
Find me on Instagram at producer_Jake.
And of course, I'm Graham Allen. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Dear America Live, and we'll see you all again next time.
Bye.
See ya.